Speaking of Femi, he's issuing the Femi Open Challenge.
Yeah, we could talk about that. Big old Femi, man. I mean, look, he's definitely on the rise to become world champion very, very soon.
He's king
At
of
the
the ring. He is king of the ring.
Well, you don't know if we're having King of the Ring yet. There hasn't been any announcement if they're having King of the Ring. But regardless, look it, we all know that he is on his way. It's just a matter of how soon is he going to get there and what do they do with him um in terms of the time between let's say a SummerSlam or WrestleMania
Yeah,
next year.
because the big story was him and Brock, and then because now Brock touched. From what I heard, they had planned a trilogy with Brock and Oba,
Okay, interesting.
and then I think Brock just decided to be like, all right, I'm done, kind of like do a wrench in the work. I mean, I don't know how true that is. And to me, I was like, no, it made sense that they had, the one and done at WrestleMania and Oba went over. I feel like that makes perfect sense. But some people are questioning, be like, wow, look, they can't do anything for Oba. They have to have him do an open challenge. No, I like that because they're building him up to be a monster.
Right. Yeah. They're building him to be a monster, but at the same time though, who do they have him, who do they have ready in terms of a heel that could spar with him and be that guy to just take him to that next level before becoming world champion? Because I don't know if there's anybody on the roster right now where they could pair him up and it could benefit him in a way where it's like, wow, like yeah, that was a great program for Obafemi before he gets to that world title picture. I don't think there's anybody.
I was gonna say if Trick Williams was on Raw, you could run it back with Trick Williams and Obafemi
But at some point, but the whole point is you want Oba to be over, right?
over. Yeah,
Yeah. You don't want Trick Williams being over. You don't want, you know what I mean? You don't want somebody else sharing that spot. Like you, if
maybe
let's say
maybe
hypothetically there
maybe
was a
Ethan Page.
no Ethan Page, he's gonna be feuding with Penta.
Well, he's also aligned with Rusev, and no one gives a damn about Rusev. So,
Let's say hypothetically that Braun Strowman was still in the company, right? You could pair if Braun Strowman was a heel, you could pair off a Braun Strowman to get Obafemi off to that next level. Two big
I
guys,
mean, Braun Strowman did it with Jacob Fatu, but he was the babyface, and Jacob Fatu was the heel.
right? But just that's hypothetically speaking here, because Braun Strowman's not in the company. But who is that guy where you could be like, yeah, that's a big program coming up for Oba? I don't know.
Gunther?
Gunther, true, but do they want Gunther losing to Oba so
Yes,
soon?
that's best for business.
No. I'm not talking about your fandom here, because I know you hate Gunther. I'm talking about what WWE wants here.
I'm just thinking of big feuds, and really the only heel I could see him having a feud with now that he had the one with Brock is Gunther. But to your point, do they want Gunther to lose?
I don't know.
Especially if we do end up getting that Gunther Brock Lesnar match at SummerSlam.
Yeah, exactly.
Do they want Gunther to lose before then?
Right.
Probably not.
Probably not. We'll see. That's a big match to do. I'm not gonna lie about that. It's a huge match. I just don't know if that's not a match where you put on before Oba goes
I,
comes
I
to
was
the world
gonna say
title.
if Braun Breaker wasn't tied up with Seth Rollins, I would say you could run Braun Breaker and Opa Femi.
You could, but Braun Breaker is tied up with Seth, and
That's why I said it.
yeah.
I said if he wasn't tied up with Seth.
I could see a program with Gunther and Oba after Oba wins the world title, because then it's high stakes there. It's you got the clear champion, big time babyface versus a big time heel. That's a big time program right there. But that's not the program you want to put in before you get to that world title picture.
Feed him Logan Paul so he can beat the hell out of Logan Paul. Beat him to a pulp.
It has to be somebody that can really give him a run, or just another big guy.
Well, I mean, we all know We all know Oba's not gonna lose.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So I don't know who you would pair him off with right now in between getting to Roman Reigns. That's that's something they're gonna have to figure out. Until then, who do you see popping up in this Obafemi Open Challenge?
you're probably gonna get, the typical jobbers. You're probably gonna see like a Kira Tozawa and Otis, like the jobbers,
Hmm.
the ones that they don't the ones that don't get a lot of TV time, so they're like, oh, let's make a name for myself. Um, Maybe we see some surprises, some NXT call-ups or returns,
Hmm. Yeah.
debuts.
Yeah. Honestly, it was just popped up in my head right now. If Damian Priest was on Raw and Damian Priest was a heel, I think that would be a pretty good feud for Obafemi.
Oh, it would.
Yeah. I That just popped up in my head. I'm like, dude, that would be perfect because Damian is a former world champion, and if he turned heel, he could challenge Obafemi. It would be like that program before Oba gets to the next level.
Because
But
because then it'll be like, oh, Oba already beat one former world champion. Can he beat another? And then you could have him go on a tear of like, oh, I beat two former world champions
right.
back to back.
First, we're gonna have to see Damian turn on R-Truth for that. That's just wishful thinking there.
Is it? Oh God, is it sad to say that it's inevitable that the Judgment Day is gonna find themselves feuding with Oba Femi?
Oh, man. The Judgment Day, like in terms of Dom, I mean, it's certainly possible. Look, honestly,
Dom is a heel,
you're right because look, who else do they have on the Raw roster?
and we know as much as it pains me to say, we know how great and how much improved Dominic has been, and I think he could give Oba a run. Not, I'm not
Mhm.
saying Dom's gonna beat Oba, but I think Dom will be like, oh my God, can he do it? Is he gonna beat Oba?
It could be a match where it's like, oh shit, like
Like
Dom
it,
is,
like it's close, like it's close.
yeah, it could.
Like that, like again, like I know Dom may not be like the biggest name. I know he may not be the name you're thinking of, but it's like it is a feud I could see.
Okay, Ryan, I get you there. You
It
know
is a
what?
feud I could see
I, Maybe after Backlash, you head in. What's after Backlash?
after
What,
Backlash
Night of
is
Champions?
Clash in Italy.
Clash in Italy? That's a big
Wait,
time match.
wait. No, 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 no. I think it is Night of Champions because Clash of Italy is in July.
Whichever the
Yeah,
case
okay.
is,
Yeah, so it's Backlash and then Night of Champions in June.
whichever the case is, like that's a big time match for them to do. Dom versus Oba. Yeah, we'll see.